as I'm cooking right now, here's Miss Blue. Right, Blue? Always gotta be next to mommy. Paw. Good job. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the truth on owning a husky. And I originally had already recorded this video and I was about to post it, but I just didn't like it. I feel like I was all over the place, so I went ahead and took notes on my phone and we're just going to go from there. So let's get started. So today's special guest is Miss Blue. Right, Blue? We're gonna be talking about Miss Blue and my personal experience on owning a husky. They are the best dogs ever. I should get you a chair so you can sit right next to me, huh? I stopped petting her. Look at her. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is a little bit about Blue. She is almost 2 on December 13th. She is an all-white Siberian Husky, and her mom was all white and her dad was the red one, like the red white one. We got her from a breeder up north. My boyfriend got her from a breeder up north. She was actually gifted to me for my birthday last year. We got her when she was about 2 months old, and she only came with her first set of shots. So that's a little bit about Miss Blue. What else can I tell you? She is spayed. I didn't want to go through like the whole bleeding situation, and I didn't want her having babies. Like I didn't want to put her through that pain. So I just went ahead and got her spayed. All right, so I'm just gonna go through my phone. I made a list. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is shedding. So huskies do shed a lot year round. Blue is medium haired, so there's medium haired and long haired. Long hair is like the really poofy ones. Usually the Malamutes are like really poofy. So I don't think Blue sheds as much as they would, but she still sheds quite a bit. But nonetheless, she said she sheds year round, but specifically twice a year, before winter and before summer, she sheds her undercoat. So all huskies shed their coat twice a year to help them adjust to the weather outside. So when people say that, oh, they feel bad that huskies are outside in the warm, they can live in the warm, they can live in the cold, they can live in whatever weather. They adjust to it. Like I said, they shed their undercoats. So twice a year for about a month, she sheds the most. We do use the Furminator, and I'll put a picture right here of what that looks like. That is such a lifesaver. And then we'll blow her like with a blow dryer or something, and so much hair just comes out. Hopefully I can like take a video of it one day and show you guys. So this goes with bath time. So one thing you should know about huskies is you can't shave their hair. So if you don't want to deal with a dog that sheds a lot, don't get a husky, because their hair protects them. Like I said, they have an undercoat that sheds twice a year, so it protects them from the weather outside. So you can't shave their hair. It's actually really bad to shave huskies' hair. So that's one note that you guys should take into consideration if you're considering getting a husky. Don't ever cut their hair. So that's with the shedding. The next thing we can talk about is crate training. So like I said in the beginning, we did get Blue when she was about 2 months old, and we began crate training her since the day we got her. She would sleep in her cage. Since she was a puppy sleep most of the day, so she would be in the cage a lot unless she had to pee or poop. So that is how we potty trained her, by crate training her. She learned fairly quickly. She really didn't like the cage at first, so what we would do is put like a trail of treats, and then we would put the biggest treat in her cage, and eventually now she just goes in there. I'll say, Blue, hey, let's go in your cage, I have to go to work or something, and she'll go in there with no problem. Is how we got her a personal trainer when she was a puppy because she was so bad. But it wasn't bad because like, it was really because she was teething, and the teething stage on any puppy is horrible because they just want to put their mouths and just bite on everything. Luckily, she wasn't into biting shoes or clothes or any of that. She was really into biting wood. So tree branches, or if we had like furniture that was wood, she would like chew the corner. So that was kind of bad. Once the teething stage went, we didn't have a problem with her chewing on anything. But I can say that this one time, and that was recently when we lived in our old apartment, I was gone all day, and Blue has such an attitude that she knows when I'm gone all day and she doesn't like it. So when I got home, she was like barking at me, like letting me know like, hey, I'm mad. Why haven't you been home all day? And so she did eat my shoe that day, and luckily I didn't care about those shoes, and I didn't blame her because yeah, I wasn't home all day, but she was home with my boyfriend. And I guess we can go back to that with crate training. So Blue is only in her cage when me and my boyfriend aren't home, or if no one's home. And it's just us three, me, my boyfriend, and Blue. And me and my boyfriend work opposite shifts. So when he's working, I'm at home, or when I'm working, he's here. So she's rarely ever in her cage. So I do want to say that I did get really lucky with Blue. Blue is not your average husky. She can get crazy. She can get like a spark of just running around everywhere like any other dog, but she is very much lazy, like with me and my boyfriend. Because my boyfriend works the night shift and sometimes I really can't sleep, we won't wake up until like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, and Blue will be lazy with us all night. As you can see in this video, like she is super lazy with us. She won't bother us. She won't do anything. The minute we get up though, it's like, oh, let's go outside. So one of us will take her outside. But like I said, we got really lucky with her. Not all huskies are like that. I know some people that have huskies that are really hyper, and you need to take them out often, like to go exercise or whatever. My boyfriend does take her on runs occasionally, and she doesn't like running. That's why he doesn't like taking her, because she doesn't like it. She prefers to play, and I do play a lot with her inside, which a lot of people do recommend when it's raining and stuff outside to play with them inside, which I do all day. Basically, I play with Blue. There she goes. I play with her very often, so she's never really bored. She has things to entertain her, and I'll show you guys the best 2 toys that I have gotten Blue and that she loves. Okay, so I'm going to talk about her feeding since it intertwines with her toys too. So Blue eats twice a day. Yes, ma'am. You got eye boogers. Look, you got eye boogers. Oh, thank you. I know. She will do anything for a rub, you guys. Look at that. All right. She's so funny. So Blue eats twice a day. Well, no, let me back up. I put food in her bowl twice a day, but she usually huskies, sometimes they can go days without eating, and that's perfectly fine. She has peanut butter that I give her every day, and that's where I wanted to come in with the Kong. It's the best toy. This is the #1 toy out of the 2 toys specifically that I have. Well, Blue has a lot of toys. Let me not say she only has 2 toys. She has a lot of toys, but the 2 best toys you can get your dog, no matter what kind of dog you have, is this right here. It is called a Kong, and it's dirty actually because it still has peanut butter in it. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, you see that peanut butter? It still has peanut butter inside. This is actually from earlier today. So what you do is you just fill it up with peanut butter, and Blue will sit there for hours sometimes just licking it, so she's not bothering anyone. She's really into her peanut butter. When she's into this, I'll be like, Blue, come here. She will not come here. She would just give me the eye and go back to, like, she's like, I'm busy right now, Mom. So she's trying to grab it off my hand, and there's like nothing in here. She can't reach all the way back there. So you want to take it? Take it. Take it with you. Oh, you don't want it? So that's the #1 toy I recommend you guys getting your dog, because if it's raining or if you can't take them outside, that will definitely keep them entertained. That is one of Blue's favorite toys. So yeah, let's move on to the next one, and I will show you guys the bone. All right, so we talked about food, or I'm gonna show you guys her food too. It's in the clip. So continuing on food, huskies have really sensitive stomach. Huskies have really sensitive stomachs, so once you start feeding them one food, for you to change their food, you have to like feed them their old food and put their new food in, like mix it into their old food and give that a couple days. Because if you just go ahead and switch their whole food or give them new foods, they will have diarrhea, and it's horrible. I promise you, it is horrible. So Blue eats one specific food, which is her dog food and peanut butter. She doesn't eat anything else. We don't give her human food. That is a big no. I do want to start giving her like fresh vegetables and like raw chicken, because I do watch a lot of husky videos and they said that that's really good for them, but I just haven't got around to it because I just don't want to deal with the diarrhea. Honestly, it's horrible. So luckily Blue is potty trained, so when she needs to go outside, she will wait at the door, or she'll let us know. Literally, she'll be like, "Roo," like, and we'll know she has to go outside. This one time at our old apartment, she was waiting by the door, and so the door is here, the living room was here, and the kitchen was here, and I was sitting on the couch, and she was just looking at me, and I was like, okay, go tell your dad. And he was in the kitchen, so she walked all the way to the kitchen, looked at him, and was like, "Roo," basically like, I need to go outside right now. Walked back to the door, sat down, and waited for him to come back, and he took her outside. So she's a character. She's so funny, but it's like a child. Like, we literally know what she wants when she wants it. She is bugging. You want a bone? Okay, let's go get you a bone. Let's go get her a bone. I'm gonna give Miss Blue, this is the bones that I give her, or the raw hides. She loves these. I just bought a really big pack because it'll last her a couple months. So yeah. This is the food I feed her, which is the Wilderness Blue Mountain. I give her chicken, and she's an adult now. Yeah, there she goes. Peanut butter wise, peanut butter. I just went to Sam's, and so I got her these. She likes the creamy ones. Creamy. So yeah, we put this in the Kong. You wanna go back? Let's go back. Where is Miss Blue? So yeah, Blue is such a character. So the next thing we can talk about is yeah, dominance. When Blue was a puppy, we would always take her to the dog park. We still take her sometimes, but not as often, because there's a dog park right here in my apartments, so we'll just take her there. But we would take her like out to dog parks. It's just a hassle putting her in the car, and she just throws so much hair. Like, my car is full of hair right now, so I have to go get it washed. But when she was a puppy, she would always want to play with the bigger dogs, and I wasn't the type of dog mom that would be like, no, like, she's only little, like, they're hurting her. No, I was like, you want to go play with the big boys, then go ahead, go play with the big boys. So she would always get bullied. But it never got to the point where I had to like insert myself into the situation. It was just more of like she knew what she was doing, and she was so tiny. But she was just so funny. She always wants to play with the big dogs. Even now, like there's bigger dogs than her, and she prefers to play with the big dogs. So I'm just like, go ahead, Blue. Go. You know, she's crazy, so just go ahead. Let's see. So let's talk about maintenance. So Blue isn't high maintenance at all. She only gets a bath about twice a month. We take her to Camp Bow Wow, and she stays the night there or a day there. Either way, when she comes back, she stinks and reeks like a dog. So she will get a bath. Other than that, there have been times, and I'm pretty sure I have clips of this. I'll really try to find it and I'll put it up here. But she, there was this one time where she got super muddy. So she went from all white to like brown. And this was when she was sleeping outside on the porch in her cage. And she ended up just licking herself, and the next day she was white again, and I was like, what? So she's very, like, she self-cleans herself a lot, and that's another good thing about huskies. They're very clean dogs. But other than that, she does get a bath like about every 2 months, every 3 months. I know some people that don't bathe their huskies. They only bathe their huskies like once a year, and there's nothing wrong with that because their hairs have like certain oils that help them. So we try not to take her a bath too often because of that. And we take her to Petco to get a bath, and we pay about $60 for her bath. So, and then her food, we buy her the really big bag, which is like $65, but it'll last us like a month and a half. So she's not really that expensive. I make it expensive because I buy her so much stuff that she probably doesn't need, but she is my baby. You know, I don't have babies, so I gotta spoil her. So yeah. The next thing we can talk about is huskies are scapegoats. If you don't think your dog will leave off a leash, trust me, they will leave eventually. Blue, the second she gets to escape, she goes. I actually have a story about like 3 weeks ago. My dad came over to finish my vanity because he did it, and when he was leaving, he left the door open. Blue literally looked at me, looked at the door, and took off. And we all went chasing after her, and the only 2 ways I can get Blue back is by saying peanut butter, or I drive around with my car, and if I see her, I'll be like, come here, and I open the door and she like jumps in the car. But other than that, it's good luck. Like, we won't. There was this one time where we couldn't find her, and animal control ended up finding her. So I have thought about getting a baby gate or like a gate, but she's not really bad at that. Like, she's only escaped a couple of times in like a period of time. So it hasn't gotten that bad yet. It hasn't gotten bad at all. So yeah, Blue is always by my side. So the next thing I want to talk about is dog training. So I'll show you a clip right now. Blue! Okay, come here. Sit. Paw. Good girl. Stay. Go. And so that is how I train her, but more specifically, when she was a puppy, we got her a personal trainer. She was about $300 for like 6-7 sessions, but she was awesome. She helped us a lot. Blue learned how to sit down. We're still working on stay. Well, we're still working on everything, actually. Everything Blue learned how to do, we're still working on it. We still have to do it consistently or she will forget. With stay, it works in intervals. So we start at 5 seconds, then 10 seconds, then 15 seconds, and we just go up from there. I taught her how to to go down. You have to go sit position, then down. especially when she wants her food. Before I give her food, I tell her to sit and stay. The one thing I do regret not showing her is how to walk on a leash. And the only reason why I say that is because Blue will pull me. That girl knows how to pull. And it actually hurts my wrist from time to time. So if you do have a dog or a puppy, please teach them how to walk on their leash, because that's one thing I do regret not showing her. And I mean, I can still show her till this day, but it's whatever at this point. We do put her dog collar and her harness on. If we take her on long walks, if we're just gonna take her outside real quick, we'll just put her leash on her collar, because Blue knows how to get out of her collar and her harness. So we try to double up on security. I'm telling you, she will do anything for a rub. Let's show them your eyes. So right now her eyes are like a little soft blue, but in the sun, and I'll show you this video that I have of her when she was a puppy, but in the sun it gets like a really icy blue, and if it's dark it'll get like a really not a dark blue, but it'll be more of like a dark baby blue, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, she gets kind of creepy in the night. Sometimes she still scares me with her eyes, I'm not gonna lie to you. So another thing I wanted to talk about is I'm trying to get Blue to talk when I tell her to talk. So I'll go like this. I'll be like, what do we say? And sometimes it works, but the only thing I'm trying to get her, what I need to work on now is trying to get her to hush. Because once I do this, she doesn't know when to stop. So I'm trying to get her, or I'm trying to teach her how to stop talking when I say stop talking. So say, what do we say? You're scratching. What do we say? Oh. So the next thing we can talk about is the rules that I've put in place for Blue. One of the rules is Blue is not allowed on the couch or the bed or on top of anything really, except if I have to wash a blanket or I have to wash the sheets, then I will let her on the blanket because I gotta wash them anyways, and I'll wash them that same day. Other than that, she's not allowed on the couch, and she knows it, but she still tries. I have clips, as you can see right here. She tries so hard, but other than that, she is not allowed on the couch or anything. Like I said, I got really lucky with Blue. She's not a crazy dog. She's very loving. She's really good with kids, huskies in general. Most of them are really good with kids. I did want to get a cat, but because some of my friends that come over often are allergic, I haven't gotten one yet, but I will get one soon when I get a house. And actually, that's another thing. We do plan on getting a house next year. And so I will be getting another husky, another sibling for Blue, which I'm so excited because I've been wanting another dog for a while, so Blue won't be so lonely. I mean, she's not lonely because she's always with me, and they're pack dogs, so me and my boyfriend are her pack right now, but I do want to get her another dog, and I am going to get another husky, so I'm very excited for that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you got some information or some of my personal information that I wanted to share with you guys. If you do want to get a husky, like I said, keep in mind they're shedding. Some of them can be super hyper. They need a lot of exercise, you know, some huskies. I got very lucky with Blue. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and if you have any questions, comment below and subscribe. Thanks.